Hi everyone, welcome to Cooper Educate to Empower Scratch Junior online course, lesson 4. In this video, we will learn about how to use the loop blocks by designing a ball game. First, let's look into the project. So it's a very small project and I hope you liked it. Let's begin the coding now. We are at the home screen now. To create the new project, let's click on the plus sign. It will take us to a blank project. We need to delete the already present sprite here because we want to use the different ones. Let's add the background first. We will click on the image above, scroll down and choose the gym background and we will click tick. To add the sprites, we will click on the plus sign on the left side. We will scroll down and search for our sprite, that is the mother, and click tick. Again, click on the plus sign to search for the basketball. Scroll down and there is the basketball here. Click tick again. Now we know that the size of the mother is bigger than what it's supposed to be. Let's reduce the size. Go to the mother, click on the purple blocks, select the shrink block. Instead of change it to 4, then click on it. Look, the size has reduced. Position the mother in the center of the stage. Now we need to reduce the size of the ball as well. Get rid of the shrink block here. Go to the basketball. Drag the shrink block again to the programming area. Click on the shrink block. It reduced the size of the ball as well. Now let's begin the coding for both the mother and the ball. We will start to program with the mother. Let's click on the mother now. For the mother we want, when the green flag is clicked, the mother should kick the ball and show a backward and forward movement. So we will go to the events block, that is the yellow blocks, and drag the green flag. We want the mother to move one step forward and then lean backward and then again forward to show her movement. Okay, so now we will click on the green flag and see what happens. So it seems that the mother is moving forward and kicking the ball. We will see again. Yeah. So now when the mother kicks the ball, what should happen? For that we have to program the ball. We will go on the ball. We will get rid of the shrink block. We will again go to the events block. Drag the third block that says start on bump basketball. It means when the mother hits the basketball, what should happen? So now we will first understand how the basketball will move. The basketball needs to go straight. It needs to go straight and simultaneously it needs to go up and in a rotating motion and then come down. Again, we will see it needs to go straight and simultaneously it needs to go up in a rotating motion and then comes down. So we would have to use two loops together, one for the straight and one for going up in a rotating motion. So now for going straight, we have to use the blue block, the motions block, and we will drag the block and put it in the second one. Now we don't want to increase the number because now we want to use the loops. So we would go to the orange blocks and we will drag the loop. This loop means how many times the same block or the blocks inside it will repeat itself. So we will put this loop over the blue block because we just want the blue block to repeat itself. And we want it to repeat around 13 times. So we will put 13 here. We could have put 13 here as well, but we are using the loops to do the program. Now we will design the other motion for the block, and that is we want it to rotate and move up and keep on rotating and then move down when it hits the basket. So what we'll do is we'll go to the motions block. Okay, we can stop this. We will go to the motions block, drag the rotate block to the right, then up, and then again rotate to the right to show the rotating motion. Now we want this to occur again and again because we want the ball to rotate, go up and reach till the basket and then come down. So we would drag the loops, and we want all the three blocks to repeat itself again and again. So we will put all the three blocks inside the loop so that it repeats. And the loop has to go for around 7 times. Now when the ball reaches the top, we want it to fall down. So we would use the down block. We will drag this block and put it here. And we can put the number as 9. Once the ball is done and it is from here on the top and comes down, we want the mother also to say something and the ball to show some sound, the pop sound. So we will again go here, drag this block when the mother hits the ball, and then we would go to the orange blocks, drag the timer block and put the timer here. We assume the time to be 16 seconds, but we can change it when we have a first run on the program. So after 16 seconds, we want a pop sound. That is when the ball is on the top of the basket. We want a pop sound so that we know the ball is going to fall down and it's inside the basket. And also we want a message to be sent when the ball is in the basket. And we can color code the message to yellow. Again, we will go to the mother block. Once the mother receives the message, she will open it and this would be in yellow color. And then we want the mother to say yay because she had hit the basket. And then we want her to wait for at least 1 second or 2 seconds maybe to say her second line. And that is, she would say, I did it. So this is the entire program. Now let's see how it works. We will put the ball back in front of the mother. As the program starts with the green flag, so we will see what happens when the green flag is clicked. We can see that the pop sound occurs somewhere in the middle of the script. So that means we need to increase the timing for the pop sound. So let's go to the basketball again. Maybe instead of 16, we can double it to 32 because it was occurring somewhere in the middle. So let's see if this is appropriate now. Yeah, I guess we did it. So let's see what you can add in this, and you can add your own creativity, think of something else in the basketball game. Thank you for watching.